Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to do a video today on the X3 part of the Alpha Trade Sniper series that I've been doing recently. If you haven't seen that yet, check out the two videos here. On the left, this guy and this guy. This was X1, which is an awesome oscillator for the shorter time frames, and Scalper X2, which was an awesome basically indicator system for the 1 minute time frame. So if you're looking to scalp spy on the 1 minute, this is probably one of the best that I've found. The Alpha Algo Scalper X2. And so hopefully you guys found that helpful. And there is actually a few more indicators included in the subscription to Alpha Algo. So I'm going to go through the third one, X3, today. And I think there's a fourth one as well. And so there's probably going to be a few more videos on this. I'm trying it out for a month. I thought I'd let you guys see how it is, what you think. And it's worth checking out for a month. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to try it out. It's not that much. It's like $39 for a month, which is worth it if it helps really add a powerful tool to your repertoire. So if you're a sniper or scalper, this is the sort of thing that you'd be looking at. I'd say X1 and X2 have been fantastic to me. So I'm really enjoying them. I think they're really good. Before we get started, I want to make sure you have an invitation to my Stock Alerts Reviewed Facebook group, which has over 7,500 or 7.2 thousand members. And it's somewhere where we can all talk about things like these reviews. I post them, people comment on it, and we can kind of go through and talk about different services and different algos and all this type of thing. So we also do cool things like polls and stuff in here as well. And there's some guides and things like that too. So I'll leave a link so you can join that. I know a lot of people would find this useful to have like a community of people who are looking into different services and things, because I'm really of the mind that you need to invest in yourself, whether that's buying a book for trading, or buying a tool, or several different tools or services that can really help you take your trading to the next level or get started. I think the people that do that tend to be the people that make the most progress in trading. On that note, we do have a free course that Lance and I from thetatraders.com have put together. It's called Learn How to Win 90% of Your Trades in Just 90 Seconds. Now, the 90 seconds part is just kind of clickbait. I'll be honest with you. The 90 seconds it'll teach you the bare bones concepts in a 90-second video. But you get a full-on series of emails after this, which teach you how to sell options trades to get like a 90, 95, or even 99% win rate with this strategy. So if you're new to this type of selling options, this is something that you really need to sign up for. It's free. Some people charge $9.97 for this. I'm giving it away completely free because it's so helpful for people and it changes people's lives, because it's just so high probability trades and they just work so well, and it's where I make most of my money these days, which is really cool. So I'll leave a link in the description for that as well. That being said, let's go into the algo that I want to talk about today. This is it right here. You can see it says Alpha Scalper X3 on the top left here. Alpha Algo. So if I look in here in the indicators, you can see I have a lot of like premium indicators, because I review them, I guess, but I also like use a lot of them. But so this is this one, Scalper X3. And so if you look down, like, oh, I don't know if I've done that one. I need to have a look. So I've done the Sniper X1. I really liked that, and I liked Sniper X2. It's a bit annoying because they've changed how this is set up. So Scalper X2 is up here. This one is really good for 1 minute spy, if you're into that sort of thing. Probably the best I've found. I think it's better than Algo Pro, which you guys know I love if you have been following the channel or my Discord or Facebook group at all. Algo Pro is my number one go-to, but this one for 1 minute shorter time frames is really good. It's also good on the longer time frames, but this is a really good algorithm or indicator bot or whatever you call these things. Anyway, we're moving on to X3 now. So X3 is definitely more complex. So there's more parts to this. If you look at the menu for this, it has a lot more features than the other two components that I've talked about in the previous videos. You can choose things like consolidation filters, smart signal filters, high volume signals only. So to me, this kind of suggests that I should probably mark all of them. So I did. That's what I'm doing in this video. And you can do the different profit targets and things. I tend not to use these types of things within these algos. I prefer to set my own profit targets and stop losses. But you can set it so that you can basically do it yourself. So you can use the algo to do it, but I tend to do it myself more. So looking down here, you've got trend clouds, which are always quite useful. So you can see a trend cloud in the background here. Obviously it's down. Today was a nasty day. You can select trend signals only, so you only see signals that go with the trend. You can also put a fast trend cloud on here as well, which kind of helps with like this type of ribbon thing, which is nice. The ribbon in the X1 in this series is really good. So, by the way, you get all of these X1, X2, X3, and another one, the trend follower, I think it's called, or trends. I'll talk about it in my next video. But you get 4 or 5 different indicators with this system, so it's definitely good value for money. Not quite as good value as Algo Pro is, but it definitely works really well. So I'm really impressed with this. So you can enable auto trend lines. I've never found that very useful. I'll show you what happens in the background here as I click this. It just puts the lines on that show there's a downwards trend, but we already kind of know that. Sure, you can use this as an upper part, but you already have that, right, from the trend line. So I never really use that in these algos. A lot of them have it. A lot of these algos are very similar. It's like they all copy each other. Enable support and resistance. Let's just click that because that can help sometimes. It can help validate potential signals like extra confluence. Consolidation zones, we can also enable that as well, which is cool. So where price is consolidating, and it's always useful to know. So we're adding that in as well. They also have order blocks, so if you like order block stuff where people are putting in big orders, this can be useful for you too. I don't particularly like use it, so I'm not going to turn it on at the moment. So that's what you get with the Scalper X3. So let's look at it on different time frames. This is the 1 minute time frame. You can see this would be the perfect sell signal here, right? We have it going into the main trend line, and we also have a turnover of the fast trend, and we have a sell signal to the downside, and we have resistance. These are resistance lines, these different red dotted lines to the downside as well. So this would be the perfect sell signal. Probably about here though, right? So you've got a rejection from this resistance, you've got a rejection from the trend line, and you have a turnover of the fast trend line here as well. And look at this thing; it just worked all the way down and it kept going. Fantastic. Now we did have a trending market today, so it's not too surprising that we see a lot of good shorts here basically. So this is on the 1 minute though, so this is still quite decent. You can see here we bounced off this level right here, this dotted level, and we had a green change in the trend. We had a strong sell here. It's not a good idea if you're bouncing off the level here. You can see it held it and then continued up, so you kind of want to filter those out, and you can do that by adding in the X1 or the X2 as well, which is pretty interesting. Overall, the indicator's pretty good. I wouldn't say this is my favorite part of the alpha algo system though. You can see there's a little bit more fake signals. Even with all the filtering I'm doing, it's still difficult to get like really good signals. But even on the 1 minute, you are getting some good stuff here. Like you can see there's consolidation, and then it changes from red to green. You get a strong buy, it goes up for a while. So this is not the end of the world. This one was a fake out. This is not my favorite system, I have to admit. On the 1 minute, these things are very difficult though because of the volatility and the changing price action and things. To predict what's going to happen with these algorithms on short time frames is always difficult. So that's why I was so impressed with the Algo X1 and X2. But the X3 is falling short a little bit. There's more fake outs in my opinion, even with all the filtering. So adding complexity hasn't really helped in my opinion particularly. Maybe you can make it work for you though, so it's worth a shot. You can see a lot of the signals are working, and they don't repaint or anything like that. So that's on the 1 minute. What if you want to day trade but like on the 10 minute? Let's have a quick look and see what the 10 minutes like. So you can see this green is a support line, these are resistance lines. We have had a few fake out signals, so the trendline oscillator thing here is better than the actual signals in a lot of the cases. You can see here, this one's not bad. But you can see it's kind of a mess. Like, and I don't mean to be rude to the, the alpha algo people, but I would say the interesting thing here is as they've progressed, I'm assuming the X3 came after the other two. This one is less consistent than the previous two. Cool thing is you get them all in the same package, so you can just choose not to use this one, right? If you want to, like, here's a strong buy. Even though I've clicked everything, like, don't go against the trend, don't do everything, there's still more fake out signals in this particular system than the rest. So, yeah. So that's basically a quick tour of the Alpha Algo Scalper X3. If we go to the daily, everything works on the daily for things usually. So let's see, if the daily doesn't work, there's a problem somewhere. Because like these things always work on the longer time frames. So let's see. So you can see on the daily, everything pretty much works. It's all strong buys, strong buys. You miss a lot of the trading action here if you're just following the signals. But if you're following the trend, the fast trend here, you can get some more trades in between. And then this is a strong sell, but of course it immediately reversed, and you'd want to get out of this quickly, especially since it was holding this support line right here. So anyway, my conclusion so far, and I've still got a lot of work to do on this particular algorithm, is that the algo, well, the alpha algo is basically the X1 and the X2, which I reviewed in these previous two videos here and here, is stronger. And maybe you guys will disagree, give it a shot. It's $39. I'll leave a link in the description below, and you can check it out and see what you think. Maybe give me some feedback. Come into the Facebook group if you're not a member, and let me know what you think. And I think that'll do for today. And I'll continue to look at this stuff and see if I can figure something out about this, and also the final part to this series of videos, which is going to be looking at the final algo that is included when you pay for the monthly $39, which is pretty much nothing in the grand scheme of things. Alright guys, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.